Hazrat Umar ibn al-Khattab was known across the Muslim Ummah as a symbol of justice, fearlessness, and sincerity. Yet behind his powerful leadership was a heart filled with mercy, humility, and overwhelming responsibility toward every single person he governed, rich or poor, young or old. One of the most beautiful and emotional incidents from his life is the story of the hungry mother and her starving children. A story that continues to inspire Muslims even today. The night patrol of Ameer-ul-Momineen It was a quiet night in Medina. Most people were resting after a long, tiring day. But Hazrat Umar, the Caliph of the Muslims, could not sleep easily. He had a habit of roaming the streets at night to see if anyone needed help, to check if there was any hardship among his people that he could lessen. He used to say, if even a mule stumbles on the road of Iraq, Umar will be answerable to Allah. He walked with only one companion, Aslam, his servant who often accompanied him during these nightly rounds. While walking near the outskirts of Matna, Umar noticed a small fire burning near a broken tent. Curious and concerned, he moved closer. A mother, a pot of stones, and crying children. As Umar approached, he saw a woman sitting near a pot placed on the fire. Her children were crying loudly, their eyes filled with hunger and fear. The sight pierced his heart. Umar asked gently, "Oh sister, why are these children crying?" The woman replied with exhaustion and pain, "They are hungry. I have nothing to feed them."
Umar looked at the pot and asked, "What is in the pot?"
She lowered her head and whispered, "Only water and stones. I heed them so the children think food is coming. Maybe they will sleep while waiting." Hearing this, Umar's heart trembled. He felt as if the ground beneath him was slipping. He asked softly, "Why are you in such a state?" The woman, unaware that she was speaking to the Caliph of the Muslims, replied with sadness and frustration, "Allah will judge Umar. How can he be our leader when my children sleep hungry? He does not know our condition, nor does he care." Those words hit Umar like a sword. Tears filled his eyes, but he stayed calm. He did not reveal who he was. Instead, he asked, "Do you blame Umar for this situation?" "Yes," she said. "He has forgotten us." For a moment, Umar stood silent, hurt, shaken, but not angry. Instead of defending himself, he said something only a true leader could say. "Perhaps Umar does not know your condition," the woman replied. "He should know. If he takes the responsibility of leading us, then he should be aware of every hungry stomach." Umar took a deep breath and walked away quickly, his heart burning with pain, guilt, and a strong sense of duty. Running to the Beit-ul-Mal he rushed to the public treasury and filled a large sack with flour, dates, oil, and ghee. The sack was heavy, almost too heavy for one man, but Umar placed it on his back. Aslam said, "Oh, Ameer-ul-Momineen, let me carry this for you." Umar replied firmly, "Will you carry my burden on the day of judgment?" "I must carry this myself." So the leader of the Muslims, the ruler of a vast empire, carried food on his own back for a poor woman who had criticized him moments earlier. But that criticism did not hurt him. It awakened him, cooking with his own hands. When he reached the tent again, the children were still crying. The mother was still blowing the empty fire. Hoping her children would sleep, Umar lowered the sack and said softly, "Sister, allow me to help you." He took out the food and began preparing the meal with his own hands. He poured the flour, mixed the water, added oil, and lit the fire again. As he cooked, smoke rose into his beard and clothes. Islamra watched with tears in his eyes as the commander of the faithful, the leader of millions, bent over the fire, cooking like a servant. Umar continued blowing into the fire until the food was ready. His face became covered in smoke, but he didn't care. His only concern was that the children should stop crying. When the food was ready, He gently served it to the children. Their cries slowly turned into smiles. They began eating eagerly. The mother looked at him with gratitude and relief. Still unaware of who he was, she said, "May Allah reward you. You are better than Umar. If only he cared like you." Umar smiled softly and said nothing. The love of a leader. After the children were fed and fell asleep peacefully, Umar stepped outside and sat quietly near the tent. Aslam asked, "Why do you sit here, Ameer-ul-Momineen?" He replied, "I want to see them laugh as I saw them cry." He waited until he heard the sound of children giggling in their sleep. Only then did he stand up and walk away, leaving without revealing his identity. The woman learns the truth. The next day, the woman came to Medina seeking more help. Someone told her that the man she had spoken to was none other than Hazrat Umar ibn al-Khattab. The Caliph. Her heart dropped. She felt ashamed and began to cry. She said, "I spoke harshly to him, and he was the one helping me. May Allah bless him." "I had never seen a leader like him," Umar simply said. "It is Umar who should seek forgiveness. He must never ignore his people." Lessons from this Waqia. True leadership is service, not power. A ruler is responsible for every person under his care. Never look down on someone who criticizes you. Maybe their pain is real. Helping the needy is an honor, not a burden. Compassion and justice are the pillars of an Islamic leader. Hazrat Umar showed us that even the most powerful man should be humble.